Stepping into the nightmare of Resident Evil Village with Praydog's Resident Evil VR framework is less like playing a game and more like surviving a beautifully rendered panic attack. Unlike standard VR injectors, this mod offers motion control support, allowing you to physically raise your real-world arms to aim, shoot, and stab at your enemies. Although some interactions still require the use of the controller buttons. This was one of the most terrifying experiences I've ever had in virtual reality. Every sound was amplified tenfold as I became fully immersed in the horrifying world of Resident Evil. There were moments when I thought I might actually pee myself, all while internally screaming like a little girl. If you believe you can handle the intensity that this game offers in VR, I encourage you to give it a try. The installation and setup process is quick and relatively easy. However, before proceeding, I recommend adjusting the following settings. In the game settings, turn off aim assist. In the display section, change the display mode to windowed, set the frame rate to variable, and disable vertical synchronization. With my 4090, I'm running Fidelity Super Resolution at ultra quality, with texture and texture filter quality set to high, and mesh quality set to high as well. Make sure to turn off ray tracing, as it can significantly impact performance even with top tier graphics cards. Set the ambient occlusion to SSAO, turn off screen space reflections, and set volumetric lighting to low. Keep surface scattering on, but set the shadow quality to low. Also, disable contact shadows, shadow cache, bloom, lens flare, film noise, depth of field, and lens distortion. If you have a mid to lower end graphics card, you may need to adjust mesh, texture, and texture filter quality settings to assist with smoother performance. I'm running the game at a 1.5 resolution scale, which needs to be set in the VR mod console instead of the in-game settings. However, you can only do this after installing the mod, which is available on GitHub. I'll include the link in the description, so be sure to check there for any relevant links and information. The Resident Evil framework supports multiple Resident Evil games, as well as various other titles. You can find the complete list of supported games in the description. To set up the framework for Resident Evil Village, go to the Releases page, click on Show All 15 Assets, and download the RE8 zip file and save it anywhere on your computer. Extract all files to the main folder of the game, where the executable file is located. This will install both the OpenXR and OpenVRDLL files. If you are using a MetaQuest, I recommend using OpenXR. In that case, you should delete the OpenVRDLL file, as indicated in a separate file in the folder. Then set Meta Horizon Link as the active OpenXR runtime within the Meta Horizon Link PC app. This is how I run all my Unreal Engine VR games and most other VR mods. If you primarily use a MetaQuest VR headset, I suggest sticking with this setup. If you are using a different headset, you can use OpenVR along with Steam VR. Now you can connect your headset to your PC and load the game in VR. I'm using virtual desktop, but any other preferred method should also work fine. To adjust the resolution scale in the VR settings, first navigate to the VR tab in the settings panel. By default, the resolution scale is set to 1.0, but you can change it using the slider. I have mine set to approximately 1.5 times the resolution with my RTX 4090. However, if you have a mid-range or lower-end graphics card, I would advise against changing this setting, as it may lead to lag and screen tearing. Keep in mind that modifying this setting can also make the VR panel smaller and may cause slight lag each time you adjust it. I had some difficulty recording the process of changing the resolution due to these issues. The only other setting I would change is to disable the vignette effect, which can be found in the camera tab. Now you're all set to experience one of the most terrifying VR experiences for yourself.
No. What the hell?